Hey, so this is my first video in a while. Just wanted to give an update and mostly to just share some lessons that I've been learning the past couple of days and weeks, especially through my solo travel adventures. The last 2 months I've spent in Bali helping to facilitate an amazing retreat for 24 people. Not all 2 months was spent doing that, but the last part was very much in community. And afterwards, a bunch of us lived in this house together for this heart-centered entrepreneurs called the Thrive Hive, which has been set up by my friend Dean Larson, who's amazing. And I'll post a link to that underneath if anyone's interested in checking it out. So I was living there with all these amazing people, and then my visa ran up, so I decided that I had to leave Bali. A lot of our travel plans as expats are actually decided for us by visa regulations. So I decided to do some solo traveling and go through Singapore and Malaysia before heading back to Thailand, before heading home to Seattle. And Singapore was cool. My friend Jordan was there. We hung out, and then I came to Penang with this romanticized sort of idea of what solo travel would be like. You know, really just going with the flow, spontaneously meeting people and having adventures, and just I guess I was thinking sort of like backpacking through Europe was always so much fun and so easy to meet people. Essentially, it's been different than that for me here. I've been here in Penang since Tuesday, and it's fine, but I'm just not feeling this flow that I imagined. So I've just sort of been like wondering what I'm doing here. I'm kind of like I've been feeling a bit over the whole traveling, wandering around thing. Like, I just want a room that's mine where I can wake up every morning and feel amazing and just go through my morning routine and get started with my day. I'm living in a dorm right now with like some old men. And it's fine, you know, but I'm not really like super connecting with the people I'm living with. And yeah, I mean, it's been interesting. I have totally gone off the wagon with my rituals and my yoga and my meditation, and so I'm waking up every day feeling scattered, and I just get on the computer and check email, and I'm like, it's only 8 o'clock and I feel nuts. What am I gonna do all day? It's too hot to go walking around. Like, I walked around a bunch, but it's so hot, and like sightseeing, it's just not really. I mean, I'd love to see. I think I'm gonna rent a scooter tomorrow and do more sightseeing, but the walking around sightseeing thing is just exhausting. And I want to be creating, not depleting myself. So the first few days here have been a challenge. I have felt a lot of feelings of being lost, of feeling no purpose, of feeling, what the hell am I still traveling for? I just want to be somewhere stable. I'm tired of being alone. I haven't had a meaningful connection in 4 days. Like, what the hell's going on? This is nuts. I feel crazy. So today I decided to get back on the wagon with my shit, basically. Like my yoga, my meditation. Like, if nothing else, I'm going to read all my books. I'm going to do my art. I'm going to meditate like a boss, you know. I do things like this also to make myself feel good. Iced cookie cappuccino. Oh my god, it's so good. Anyway, so today I went to this big green space and just rolled out my yoga mat, did some yoga, found a concrete bench, meditated for like 20 minutes, felt great, and finally got reconnected to myself. It felt like for the first time in a long time, you know, and it's something I had thought that I needed anyway after spending, you know, over 3 weeks in such close connection and community. It was amazing, and yet I still craved to reconnect to myself, which is such an important part for me of life, and it's a great thing to do when traveling. Solo travel will bring you in connection with yourself, the good and the bad. You know, your shit will rise up, your joy will rise up. You learn to be your own best friend, be your own cheerleader, your own shoulder to cry on. You know, this is, God, it makes me feel emotional just saying that, because in reality, this is what we are. We are our own best companions. And it's interesting noticing the discomfort that comes up when we've been around a lot of people for a long time, and then we're suddenly on our own, like literally in some random country. I just had this moment yesterday where I was like, I'm in Malaysia. I don't know another single person in Malaysia right now. Like, what am I doing? Anyway, after I meditated on this bench this morning, got in connection with myself, this Chinese guy came up to me and just struck up this conversation, and he was so nice and sweet and funny and just ridiculous. We had this fun conversation. And then I went to go to the public toilet before heading back to my hostel, and the guy who was managing the payment for the toilet, he just looks at me and he's like, how many years of meditation? He's this Indian guy. He's got this massive long beard, this massive hair, like just looks like a guru, right? So I'm like, less than 1 year solid meditation practice, aka like one day. No, but more than that. But I just told him like 1 year, and then after I came out of the bathroom, he was just standing there, looked at me, and I had this moment like, should I walk away or I should engage with this man? And you know, I'd been in this closed off space for so long, a couple days, so I just like broke out. I was like, hey, I really want to hear some tips on meditation. And he just beckoned me over. He's like, let's talk. And essentially the next like hour or two, he sat on a bench and he just basically told me, broke it down. My meditation was completely wrong. You know, I need to be should not be meditating in this park. It's very dirty. Need to be waking up at 4 a.m. Need to be cleaning my stomach the night before. No dinner. Like for sure, you're not supposed to eat at night. And yeah, he's just giving me all these tips. Basically, I filled up a journal page or two with everything we talked about today, and he just somehow decided to share all of his wisdom with me. I don't know who this guy is. He's an amazing Indian man, and you know, I learned that the Vashi, the breath, is, you know, the secret to long life. And it was a lot of the things I learned from yoga school in India. So I was glad I had that foundation, so I didn't sound like a total idiot, because he before he'd tell me things, he'd ask me. So I was like, he's like, you know, do you know which side of the nose is like for the moon? And he'd be like, which one? I'd be like, okay, I think it's this one, you know. So it was a test. You know, I learned that we're only supposed to meditate on the black moon. The new moon is the best time for meditation. And he taught me a secret mantra that I'm not supposed to tell anyone else. He learned from his guru. So it was just this really cool thing. And then he told me that we're going to go shopping for Ayurvedic medicines and all these different things, and herbs and spices, and he's going to take me shopping. So yeah, so we decided to meet at 9:30 tomorrow, and he'll take me shopping. And then this afternoon I was walking around, I ran into him. He was on his motorbike, and he took me into the shop and just gave me a little tour and told me about all the things. And then tomorrow we're going back to have, you know, go through all of these. There's this incredible like hole in the wall shop, Indian shop, with the spices and all of the things that you need to be healthy. So anyway, never would have found that without this guy. So yeah, it just showed me how when we're open to just going with the flow and being in connection with ourselves, then real connection happens. And I noticed how authentic, real, fun, great connection really gave me a lot more energy and inspiration, and helped me see a purpose in being here for these next few days. Because yeah, I miss community like crazy. I can't wait to get to Chiang Mai. But the question to ask myself, and this comes up for you, you know, you're feeling uncomfortable being somewhere, what are you looking for? You know, is going to that next place going to solve the problem that's going on? You know, if I'm feeling uncomfortable and antsy and a little unsure of my life plan right now, and uncomfortable being in Penang, like, what is really going on? And is leaving Penang going to fix that? You know, are a couple more days spent mostly on my own like going to be a bad thing or a good thing? And this is time to work on my connection to myself. So I just encourage you, to, if you're feeling that way, to see the situation similarly. I would love to share some of the tips that I learned from this Ayurvedic guru tomorrow or the next day, because I have a feeling it's going to be amazing. I just feel really fortunate to have run into him, because Ayurveda is a huge passion of mine that I want to teach and learn more about and live in accordance with. And yeah, it just seems like my teacher found me. So when we just let go and surrender, then magical things can happen. So I'm going to end this now. It's quite long. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and talk soon. Bye.